welcome back along to Oakfield Farm, and welcome back to what is now a completely baled field of wheat straw. We finished harvesting this yesterday, came up today, and we got this all baled up looking nicely. Though, as you can see, we're just next to the open cast mine again. But yeah, we've made some good progress here. The combine is still over there. We're probably going to get a lift back to pick that up at some stage, but now we're going to take this back down to the yard. It's looking a little dirty. We had it on the 6250R today for the main reason that the big fend was pulling the grain chase around. This can very well do it. However, it's a little light. If you have that chaser bin full, that can start to kind of throw it around a little bit. So I opt to use that fend on the chaser when we have it out. The John Deere pulls this Bale without a problem though. It's fine. Sometimes that bigger size is just a little bit more advantageous. However, we are heading back to the yard now. We are all baled up to date, with the combine coming back and due to start in our own cereal crops very shortly. So once we get stuck into that there, we'll be able to see how that's looking and really make some good progress, all being well. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that wheat came in quite well in the end. Weren't too many issues there that I'm aware of, so that's always good. But yield-wise was about to be expected, nothing outrageous, but I think it was coming around 3.5 tons there an acre, so that's not bad. Okay, so we'll get that around the corner there. We're good to go. Now there's a few things we're going to be showing you as well, not necessarily all around the yard, but a new development here on the business, which is going to be quite interesting. It has the potential over time to make us an awful lot of money. So we're going to have to see. Now, it's going to require a bit of an investment to begin with. Come on. The traffic around here is just far too slow. Shouldn't really overtake in a tractor. That's bad form. But yeah, it's going to require a little bit of an investment, but will be worth looking into. I'm very intrigued. Come on now, there you go. And once we are able to, there's a few hurdles before we can make that investment, of which we're going to show you and have a look into them. But if we can make those work, then we'll be laughing, and it could well work out in our favour for multiple different reasons. Do you know what? We're going to take the back way in here just so we don't get stuck behind this guy any longer, because this is ridiculous. All that talk of it being farmers holding up traffic on the road. I don't think so in that case. Anyway, off we go. Just head around the corner. So how you doing anyway, folks? Hope everything is going very well today with you, whatever you are getting up to. Before we go too much farther, today we're going to wash and service this baler down very quickly. We're going to unhook it, because it will go back into the fence originally. We're then going to put the bale chaser on, because we're going to go and just stack those bales up really in the corner of the field out of the way, so that we can get in there at some stage and really crack on with the cultivation work, or at least get the ground ready for next year. I think that field, I think we've got one more harvest off there before the mine wants to take over it all, so we'll have to see what we can utilise there, see how we can get that done. So around the corner we go. Let's just stick this in here. Got awfully dusty whilst we're out there. But yeah, it worked over very well indeed actually. No issues at all. So we'll just get this tractor washed off. This won't take too long, and then we'll also give that baler a bit of a clean and a service up there. It's definitely in need of it. I always like to, where possible, just give everything a bit of a wash down. As my old man used to say, if you don't look after your equipment, it won't look after you. So, never hurts. There we go. So we'll get back to you as soon as we finish up giving this a bit of a clean and a service off and a grease up. And we'll move on to the next project for the day. Alright folks, we're just hooking up to the Anderson bale stacker. Let's get that turned off. And get those pipes all in as well. Excellent, so we'll leave this here for now. We're not going to need this for the next phase of the project. What we are going to need is our pickup truck. So we'll go and find that. And we're going to go for a bit of a drive. Okay then, in we go. So we're gonna just drive back along the main road where we came from. We've got a quick, not even 2-minute drive really. We're having a look at a small plot of land, which is going to be the very beginning of a new enterprise. Not a new enterprise, an existing enterprise, but with a significant investment into it. So we just head down here. As many of you will know, we have and we always do produce a lot of straw. Now, a lot of that straw we use for ourselves, for our cattle. But a lot of the straw we bale and we sell onto power stations. Now, we've even been trying to kind of grab a lot of extra land this year and buying the straw off of that land with a view to being able to bale the straw and sell it. So I was just browsing through a land agency magazine the other day, seeing what was up for grabs and what was available, and where we could try and squeeze a little bit more land out of the bank account. And I came across a small parcel of land. It's not even an acre, might just be about an acre at the very most. But it's an interesting plot of land for one particular reason. Its location, frankly. It's pretty much smack in the middle of a lot of our land that we have already. It's only a small field. But it allows us to have access to all the area that we work, and it gives us a central kind of hub. And this is it. Now, it may not look like much right now. In fact, it definitely doesn't look like much right now. But this is our project land. Now, as you can see, it backs straight onto our field of spring barley over here, which from a start is full of weeds. That's really going to have to take some work. However, the main thing about this one that I like is it's a plentiful, big enough for us to put a storage shed in there, which we're going to do. We're going to put a straw shed in. But the main reason we're going to do that is because this is going to be a sorting yard and with a little bit of a difference really. We're going to put a concrete pad in, probably down at the bottom here. We'll leave this bank as it is because it's right next to the road. But we'll level this ground out down at the bottom. We're going to put a concrete pad into here with a big storage yard at the end here. On top of that, once we have that in there, we are also buying a heating plant, as I kind of refer to it as. But essentially it is a straw burner, straw and wood chip burner. Now what we're going to use that for, that is going to hook up. If you look just over here, we're very close to where there's a main electricity line running just in along past that farmhouse there. You can just see the cable, and I think the nearest point is over there, which it is. Or even over there, that's where we've got the transmitter. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be burning, rather than me selling my straw to a power station where they will burn it and use it to convert it into energy, we are going to burn it ourselves and convert that into energy, into electricity, which will go into the grid there and be able to supply homes and towns around the region really. So that's the plan. If we do this properly, if we nail it, it's a possibility to give us a great level of investment or return on investment for very little. This plot of land is costing me about £30,000 to buy. It's already been purchased, so it is ours. And it's going to allow us to give us plenty of space. We'll put a storage shed in, like I say there. And it's all, the building work won't take us too long to do at all. What we're going to do, we may even well just mow this down and bale it off actually, but we're going to get this worked on pretty quickly. Got some contractors coming in to give me a quote for the cost of a new shed, so I don't have to worry about that. They're going to build everything, and then I found a few different heat and energy plants, and now they are expensive. But I do believe that everything I can get in for about £300,000 all built in, which is expensive. However, if you consider the return on investment for, let's say if we're looking at 10, 20 years time, we can in theory turn £30,000 or £300,000 into £3 million here if we do it properly. So that is what we're going to aim to do here. So it's a very lucrative opportunity with great potential, and I'm very much looking forward to getting it going there. So we are acquiring everything we need right now, and then we'll see how it goes. So watch the space for this. It's going to be a very exciting change. We're likely going to stick a gate in this corner as well, just so we can cart straw straight into where it needs to be, because that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, we'll be able to get that one done soon. That field we're probably coming into next with the combine actually. So we'll see how that all works out. For now though, we're going to go and just jump into the truck, take that back. We do need to bring the combine back actually, so what I might well do is get a lift up to the up to the combine, and then we're going to get that brought back to the yard, and then we're out in the... We've got a couple of jobs to do. I need to get Barry up and working with the fence, working down some land again, and then I need to get out there and start chasing some bales and stacking everything up. So we'll just jump in. So yeah, we'll just take a drive in. I can't really see what I'm doing to reverse out of there. But join me in a few minutes. We'll be back up at the combine there, and we can get ourselves up and away. Alright then, I just got Barry to drop me off. He is away again, so we're going to wander over. Left the combine kind of parked out of the way here. It got a little bit dirty. The dust was flying when we got into this field, but you can see there's a lot of bales here for me to get working on, so we're not going to waste any more time. We'll get down here again and get them all stacked up. Combine sailed through without any hitches or issues whatsoever, which is great news. It does need a bit of a clean off though, but I don't think it's going to get that anytime soon. What we're going to do is we're going to just move into a little bit more space away from the edge here. We'll put this draper header into transport mode, and then we'll get ourselves away. So let's just do that and get ourselves up and working here. Now, where are my keys? There we go. Excellent stuff. We're going to let this tick over for a minute or two first. Just let it warm back through. So as you can see, these bales are looking pretty solid there. The straw was dry enough to go straight off the back of the combine actually, which is great. We've got this, I didn't expect to get this all done today, but it's nice to get them all done. We had a few little bales that didn't quite tie it properly, so they've been spread around over there. You can see there's a few piles missing. We'll just run that around and let it get mixed in when we come to cultivate this. But other than that, it was a good little run out. First field is done. That field obviously isn't going to be touched because the mine's going to spread through that one. And we've got a field of maize over there that we really need to get into as well. Other than that, everything is looking good. We'll come in here, we're just going to lift this up, and then we need to just come out and swing these wheels around, put the drawbar on, and then it's pretty much good to go. But to do that, we're just going to lift it up first. We'll just take it onto some flat land where there's no bales in the way really. Head back over towards the gate there. Okay, that'll do us. Stop there. Okay, so just want to drop that down, spin it around there. On goes the drawbar. Those two kind of fall down on the hydraulics as well, so they're looking good. Make sure they're locked in though. Get the pins in there. Alright, and then we can drop it down. There we go. So 9 meters on this machine is more than capable of handling it really. You could go up to kind of 12, 13 with these, but the problem is then some of my fields are still not quite big enough to get into, and also the issue of trying to handle that with that much output with the tractor's trailers that we have is not always easy. And then when you're being right there, a bit further, about 2 feet back. Let's do it again. Alright, and we're all hooked in. Looks like we're all ready to go. We'll get some lights on here, and then I really should have had an escort to take me down here because this is a bit tight, but we'll get our lights on. Lights are flashing. Get some headlights on there as well. And away we go. Now, like I say, this road's a little tight. We should have had some Barry hang around and go ahead of us, but he hasn't. So it is what it is. Alright, we'll just slowly cruise up the speed there. If anything comes that wants to hope that it's a passing point, because I can't get over anywhere. So look, the folks in the stables. And away we go. So we're going to take this back down to the yard there, where we'll get it ready to hit our own stuff. There's you saw that field of wheat. That is actually spring wheat up there, so a little while away yet. So we will come back up for that when it's good and ready. We're going to head down, tackle some of our barley. And at which point, then it's we're really kind of making some good ground. We've actually got some oilseed rape we need to go and jump onto first on the hillside there. Big block, so that's the next target. Once that's done, then we're away. So yeah, making some good progress now. I'm happy with the speed that we're kind of getting through everything. It took a little bit of time to get going in the first place, but we're doing alright. Forage wise, the grass is starting to grow back, or that grass at least that we're going to be keeping is growing back. The other grass is kind of being worked over now, so that's all good news. And then we'll be onwards and upwards, so lot to do as always, but we'll see how it goes. Now, what we'll need to do in the coming days is actually work over that field we spread the muck on as well, just to get that work down, because sooner rather than later that's going to have to be ploughed in, worked down and drilled for the first time in a long time, so we need to get ahead of that there. Let's just kill the speed here. This farm has an awful lot of signposts around it, which makes getting in and out of it, particularly when we were carting the grain from this with our bulker, the 40-ton bulker, and it was not easy. Let me tell you, but we'll swing nice and wide. Awesome stuff, and we're off. This combine's got a fair kick to it once it gets going, it really does. We're flying along. And so we're just going to take this back up to the yard then, and we'll go in through the main way, I think, just to keep it on the roads there. But yeah, if we have time, I don't really have time to get that washed down, but it'll have to do. Oh, there's a car coming, let's get over the road there. That's a bit of a drop, easy does it. And away again. Great stuff, and I think that's pretty much going to be it for us for today. Lots of little things really, a few updates, not a lot of actual farming, driving work, but it is what it is sometimes. We're going to be coming with you with a bit of an update as soon as we can in relation to the new land we're buying, and we'll also be coming along with an idea or two about what that machine's going to look like, and then how we're going to implement it as soon as we can. So do keep an eye out for that. And we'll see what we can do. But for now, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to hit a like and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who very kindly agrees to host all of my content. And we'll see you in the next one. So until then, have yourself a great rest of your day. Enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.